Hey guys, this is Freddie at Precious Memories 2.0, and I'm going to kind of give a short synopsis. I'm just going to tell you ahead of time there may be some dogs barking. I have a house full of dogs and they bark at everything, so I apologize in advance. I also want to apologize because I know some of you have been looking for this video for probably over a week. I have been down again as I battle a lot of ailments, and I'm just thankful today. The sun is shining, and I'm very, very grateful to rise and to first give God the praise that is due His name, and secondly, to just do what I feel compelled to do. Now, I'm going to try to make this succinct and real to the point. So this is an introduction video to who we are and what we're doing. Basically, this is one of my ministries, and I'll tell you how it led up to it. Try to. And again, I have no notes, so I'm shooting from the hip, as I so famously try to do. I don't know about you, but I'd rather hear somebody say a little bit than to just read a script. So, I mean, that's just a personal thing. But, you know, as you know, our country has been in turmoil for some time now. I won't go all the way back to when it started. I'm not going to go into all of the rabbit holes that it takes us to, but I am going to say that, you know, I truly believe that God had a reprieve by allowing President Trump to be elected in place of Hillary Clinton in 2016. There's no doubt in my mind. Now, if you're not a Christian, you may not appreciate my side, but this is the difference between this ministry and so many others is, listen, even if you're not a Christian, just come here to get encouraged. Come here to be lifted up. You may one day feel compelled to be saved, but in my years of ministry, one thing I've come to understand is you can't just get saved when you want to. You know, God has to draw you. So I'm not here necessarily to win souls, but I hope to. Okay, I mean, that's the end game for all that I do in this life. But anyway, you know, as President Trump was elected, I mean, he was, even before the inauguration, even before the election, he was under a true attack, a coup. It's all coming out right now. And shortly after he was elected, I began following the QAnon over. It was off for the last couple of months, but he's back, and I'm waiting on a new link. Now, this channel is not specifically for that, but I'm trying to explain what led to me going ahead with this. So I have to mention all of this. Well, of course, you know, we have been from the very beginning, we have been clued into all of what's going on, you know, who's involved, you know, the world players, as they call them. And yeah, I'll just be honest with you. I was some of the stuff was very dark, very evil. I mean, as a minister, I know how evil the world is, but it's even worse than I even imagined, okay? So in the process of it, I would try to, in my research and as they call it, going down rabbit holes, I would feel compelled to just get away from it for a while. Well, I don't have any hobbies. I'm working on getting some, but my main thing is, in my spare time, I love to watch abandoned videos, okay? And so I would, you know, go in there and I especially like the ones about abandoned homes. Some of them have different personalities. Now, I don't usually, if they take the Lord's name in vain, I'm usually done with them. So many of them, they don't have no regard for, you know, their listeners. And a lot of them are going to be people like myself, okay? I'm older. Yeah, I'm in the senior citizen realm now. That's kind of hard for me to believe, but yeah, I'm there. But one of the things that I loved was the reminiscing guys. Just they would go through the debris and they would pick up things from both my childhood and even before. So I mean, it's both, you know, a history lesson of sorts and also you know, just a great takeaway of what things were like once upon a time. Well, I constantly pondered the idea of, you know, precious memories. I mean, maybe not them words, but the whole idea of what it involved. And so, you know, I would always think about this. And of course, my regular channel on YouTube is Last Days Trumpet, and I'm not going to go into that either. But I'm not faithful to that channel as much as what I plan on being to this one, because I feel like I've got a niche here. And what I'm talking about, guys, is through that, breaking away, knowing that this reality is coming to the surface, and trying to help red pill and awaken as many people as possible, I found something that was an overwhelming, commonality among people, is that there were so many that they weren't just virtueless, not just moralless, not just godless, but they were hopeless. And the Christ within me, guys, is like, I just want to try to help people to have some hope. I want to try to help them to know what it is to have precious memories. I mean, we're in a day right now where even something as simple as family is under assault. Now, I'm not saying there's not different kinds of families, and in respect to the American way, I'm not saying that two men and a child can't be a family. Okay, that's not my argument. But I am going to tell you something. God set the standard. God created man in his own image. He saw he was alone. And long story short, he created a woman, brought her to him. He performed the first marriage. He blessed them, told them to procreate, and so forth. Well, by sin they fell in the garden. They were kicked out. And ever since then, man has been a sinful. If you're born, you're fully man. You're born lost. You're born a sinner. And so, I'm getting kind of tongue-tied here, but just follow me. I have witnessed, and actually, you know what? Let me mention this in case I forget it, since I'm remembering it. This was probably one of the major things that made me really decide to go forth with this channel. And by the way, I am on YouTube. I'm on Facebook. You're looking at my Facebook page there. And my cover photo will switch often because I'm planning to just keeping it fresh. But I actually liked that saying there: time, life's most precious gift. Utilize it, share it, and cherish it. And so that's kind of, and there's actually a Bible verse attached to it. And if you're wondering which one, is James chapter 4, the whole chapter. But anyway, something that I found in one of my digs recently, believe this or not. Now, you don't have to believe. I'm not telling you to believe everything that I say, okay? I want you to dig for yourself. I want you to challenge me. Now, that's not to say, I'm not here to argue. This channel is about relief. It's about finding some peace in this world of chaos. So I won't argue with you, and if I don't feel like you're ready for an answer, I'm just probably going to ignore you. And I hope I never have to block any of you, because no matter how far gone you are, no matter how far gone you think you are, I'm hoping that God will use me to help reach you and show you that there is hope, guys. Especially if God teaches you what is required of you in order to find peace, inner peace, true peace, not fake peace, not religious peace. Can I have a drink of my coffee? On my other channel, we have a rule. This is a relaxed atmosphere, and I don't want to drink it cold. And so one of the digs, I'll get it out in a minute, that I found recently, believe this or not, was that one of the major areas that the powers that be, and when I say powers that be, I'm talking about people that are in powerful positions who, and some of this, again, you're not going to believe, but it's true. They are Satanists. They call him Lucifer, but it's the same thing. They worship the devil, basically. And so, as John 8:44 says, you can go read it for yourself. Jesus and these were religious people that Jesus was talking to. He said, "Ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father you will do." And that is a line. That is not a line in the sand, but it is a bona fide fact. It is a spiritual fact, a spiritual truth, that if God is not your father, then the devil is. Okay, and that sin nature that is born in you, the devil uses against you and tries to get you to, to go along with the flesh and the world and the devil, which ultimately will cause you to deny God. And that's what ultimately is leading everybody to is to denial of Adonai, the God of the Bible, and to ultimately to lose their soul. Okay, you've heard the old saying, he's a soul stealer. So, but what I heard this group saying was that they want to remove all hope in mankind. Guys, I may not be able to cry right now, but I promise you I cried that day. I cried. I thought, how vile, how miserable can a soul be that they would want to take hope from humanity? I have enemies in this world, and most of them, 99.9% of them, are not at all by my own doing. It's just simply by me being me. Now, a few of them, they've misconstrued ideas, because if I've done you wrong and God shows me, I promise you I'll make it right to you. I don't hate you. I don't hate no one. I hate the devil, okay? I know who the real enemy is. But that struck a chord in me, and it made me so furious in my spirit. I thought, you know what? God didn't just save me to sit on a couch or on a pew. Now, I'm a preacher too, so I preach every week. But, in my everyday life, I have to reach out to my fellow man. I want you to find joy and peace. I want you to have precious memories. I mean, the whole idea of this, which if you don't know the old hymn, Precious Memories, please write it down. Don't go there now, but write it down and go to YouTube and find an old recording of Precious Memories. You're going to see how the people of old in America, and that's, by the way, what made America great, was the godly people who gave God his due. They did. They had the beginning of wisdom, the fear of God in their soul. They served God, and they were blessed of God, and they were grateful, and they had precious memories. They lived a long, godly life. Were they perfect? No, I'm sure they were human. Don't ever hold a saint higher than he should be. A true saint will tell you, I'm not perfect, but I'm striving to be perfect. I want to live a godly life. I battle the same demons you do, but at the end of the day, I'm repentant in my heart. I've got tears in my eyes right now if you can't see them. That's how real this is. I weep. I literally weep. And the deeper in prayer I get, the more I long to see humanity at least blessed of God. Yeah, Jesus said, you will be hated. The world will hate you. But be of good cheer, I've overcome the world. So if you want, I need to start winding this down. If you want peace with God, you want peace in your life, you want others to love you, you got to learn how to love. And believe me, you can't learn how to love till you know love, which is God, because God is love. He is the essence of love. And he demonstrated that through Jesus Christ dying on the cross in our place. We deserve to die. But when we accept that payment and we say, God, I receive Jesus as Lord. I confess my sin. I repent. I'm going to turn from my old man. I'm going to turn from my old ways. And I'm going to serve you, God, with your help. I'll not boast. Don't ever brag. And believe me, your first little while, the Bible said it'll be stormy. Satan will try to pull you back. But in the end, God said he will establish you in the faith. And I'm just going to reach out to you. I'm going to tell y'all something. God is doing some marvelous things in our little church right now. Just moving people that I thought were gone. God is literally answering prayers that were going up in their stead. And they are coming back and literally making things right, repenting before God and their fellow man. And they're serving God. And I'm going to tell you something. I can tell you this by virtue, not my own words, but according to the word. The Bible teaches us we reap what we sow. You sow to the flesh, you're going to reap destruction. If you sow to the Spirit, you're going to reap life and life everlasting. That means life both now and in the hereafter. God will help you to become the parents, the mothers, the fathers. Listen, even if you don't have no children, the aunt, the uncle, he'll teach you to be that person that he called you to be. And in the end, guys, as I demonstrated through the abandoned videos, maybe one day you will be able to look at things from the past, things that are no longer even looked at as important. And it will pull up within you the idea of how grateful that you have been and that you need to be. all the way to the end. But you know what? The reason why I put 2.0 on this is because even though we're in a modern age, we're in an era that is marked by the technology that controls it, seemingly. Not ultimately, but seemingly. And in this area, I want you to know we serve a mighty God that will bless those that bless him. And I'm just going to tell you right now, I believe that in the spirit of the days of old, just as they sang Precious Memories, and I'm hoping you go listen to that after this video, we can be the same, we can have that same spirit of gratitude and that same attitude of gratitude so that we can instill in our children, our offspring, our grandchildren, I've even got great-grandchildren now, that there is hope and that we can enjoy our lives with God's help and with God's blessing. Won't you seek his blessing today? I'm going to go into a little more later, but I feel compelled to shut this down. I don't want to make it too long. But this is our introduction. This is our invitation for you to join. If you haven't subscribed, I don't even think I have any subscribers yet on YouTube. But I'm hoping this video, I don't know what I'll name it, but whatever the name is, I'm hoping that is what drawed you here to hear this. And I hope, even if you're just downright mean, listen, the difference between this preacher and a lot, I will never condemn you. I'll never condemn you. Now, I may call you what you are, but that's not condemnation. That's the truth, okay? There's a difference. But I'll tell you something. If you want me to pray for you, you send your prayers to that right there. That is, matter of fact, let me just kind of show you. I did save 3 of my areas here. Okay, this is my YouTube channel. And you can see that's it. And that's actually my email too. That's very good. See how God will lead you. So you can send your emails, your, show ideas, things that are precious. And we're going to be, I didn't go into what all we're going to be doing on here. But long story short, guys, we're going to be visiting the past to help you have a better future. And, I think I've got a motto that I'm going to begin to incorporate. But remembering, encouraging, inspiring. And that will kind of sum it up, I guess, as I begin to wind this down. But you can send your prayer requests there as well. I don't care what your prayer requests are. Guys, I could sit here all day and tell you of things that God has done and truly confirmed. I hear things every day that God is doing. So I hope you enjoy this. Sometimes I get a little bit, I'm getting older, so my voice kind of gets weaker and gets kind of crackly. But I hope you can overlook my human imperfections and enjoy the upcoming shows. I'm going to be airing some, I've got a brother and some others that's going to be helping me with production. And we're going to be having guests on here, including one another. I'll be interviewing them. We'll be talking about different points of interest, things that I believe are pertinent for this subject matter. And in the end, we're hoping that we can battle this attack against something so innocent as hope. That hope that will bring forth precious memories. Until the next time, listen, this is Freddie signing off here at Precious Memories 2.0. I'm hoping and praying above all else that you can prosper and be in good health, even as your soul prospers. And that's 3 John 2. God bless you all.